Nigel Farage faces the prospect of legal action after accusing the widower of Joe Cox of having links to extremism because of his support for the group Hope Not Hate during a radio discussion on the Berlin Christmas market attack. Speaking on LBC Radio on Tuesday, Farage suggested that Brendan Cox would know more about extremists than me because of his connections to Hope Not Hate, a campaigning charity that seeks to combat political militancy, especially from far-right groups. Farage, who has previously accused Hope Not Hate of disrupting his public events, said the group pursued violent and undemocratic means that prompted Hope Not Hate to warn Farage that he faces legal action unless he rescinds the political smear and apologizes. There was no response from Farage or UKIP about whether he would do this. The dispute began when Farage sent a tweet blaming the German Chancellor, Angela Merkel, over Monday evening's lorry attack on a Christmas market in Berlin, in which at least 12 people died. "Terrible news from Berlin, but no surprise," he wrote. "Events like these will be the Merkel legacy." Cox replied, accusing Farage of blaming politicians for the actions of extremists. He added in his tweet, "That's a slippery slope, Nigel." Asked about the exchange soon afterwards, while appearing on LBC, Farage accused Cox of links to extremism via Hope Not Hate, one of 3 charities supported by a foundation set up in the name of his late wife. Farage said, "Well, of course, he would know more about extremists than me, Mr. Cox. He backs organizations like Hope Not Hate, who masquerade as being lovely and peaceful, but actually pursue violent and undemocratic means." Farage added, "And I'm sorry, Mr. Cox, but it is time people started to take responsibility for what's happened." Joe Cox was murdered in June by Thomas Mayer, a far-right terrorist motivated by hatred for the MP's work. He was given a whole life sentence in November. When the LBC host, Nick Ferrari, pointed out that Cox surely knew the consequences of extremism, Farage replied, "Yes. It's a terrible thing what happened with the murder of his wife. But he continues to be active in the political arena and, as I say, given some of the organizations that he supports, I can't just stand here and say, well, I'm not going to respond." Cox gave no direct response, only tweeting a clip from a Taylor Swift song featuring the line, "Haters gonna hate." Tracy Brabin, who replaced Cox as Labour MP for the badly unspent constituency, tweeted, "Beggar's belief, a new low for Farage." Other Labour MPs were swift to condemn Farage's comments. "I pity Farage," tweeted Neil Coyle. "His problem with Hope Not Hate is all they fight. His whole life is determined by hate, lies, racism, deceit and discrimination." "How dare you, Nigel Farage," wrote Alison McGovern. Hope Not Hate dismissed Farage's description of the group, saying it was a well-respected civil society organization whose more than 200,000 supporters come from all political persuasions. A statement said that Nigel Farage made his remarks in the context of a discussion about Joe Cox, who was so brutally murdered earlier this year, makes them all the more poisonous and hateful. The organization posted an appeal on its website for supporters to help pay for any legal case. "Help us take Nigel Farage to court," it said, with a link to a donation button. Hope Not Hate grew out of the anti-fascist organization Searchlight, while it mainly focuses on community politics. Farage has previously accused people associated with it of disrupting his rallies. Hope Not Hate challenges some of UKIP's policies, but has repeatedly denied taking any direct action against him. The organization, which receives funding from trade unions as well as donations, is split between a charitable trust and a limited company. The charity arm had a total income for 2015 of just over £700,000. Speaking about the Berlin attack on LBC, Farage argued that Merkel was to blame in part because she supported the border control-free Schengen zone. These leaders of Europe support Schengen, he said. They support the total free movement of people without borders. And the free movement of people doesn't just mean the free movement of good people. It means the free movement of bad people as well. While German police said on Tuesday they still did not know who carried out the attack, Farage was not the only politician to blame Merkel. Marine Le Pen, leader of France's far-right Front National, said it was time to end the arrival of refugees when we know for certain that Islamist terrorists are involved in the Berlin attack.